Games, Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life here. We are doing 10 things we love about the Final Destination film franchise. Yes, all 5 films. We're not individualising these ones. Didn't really work on that way. And after doing all 5 of them, doing a tier ranking of the deaths and so on, it seemed apropos that we would do love and hate about the franchise. So as always, 10 things I love, 10 things you love, and another video, which you can check at a later time, of 10 things we hate about this franchise.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I am a fan.
Yeah.
I am a fan. Overall, I think there's enough good things and enough goodwill about Final Destination series to make them enjoyable. And it didn't really overstay its welcome either. I think that's quite important.
Yeah, I agree.
Should we get started then?
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, start with him. The inventiveness of the deaths.
Inventiveness, yeah?
Yeah. It does get, they do get silly, but it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sort of a big standout about the franchise is what they put into them and make you want to watch them. That's why they did so well. Would you agree on that?
Well, I mean, deaths has to come up.
Yeah, of course.
So it's inevitable that deaths are going to come up. And we very importantly set a rule like this. You can't just list 10 deaths. You can't do that. So I've just jumped a load together. And so for me, yeah, inventiveness, maybe not so much, but some great ones.
Yeah.
So the tanning beds from Final Destination 3, the plate glass window smash from Final Destination 2, the bus splattering from the first Final Destination. Those there's some good deaths in it. And there's quite a lot to get through over the entire franchise. Go check out the tier ranking video to see that. But yeah, I think inventiveness, interesting, fun. Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You can just drop fucking dead.
Go again. So another one, the darker deaths.
Okay.
So there's a definite split between the more sort of wacky deaths and the more sinister ones. So an example of that is the shower death. So
From the first film.
Yeah, from the first film. So the water that he slips on and then ends up in the shower disappears, rolls back into the toilet. So like death's playing a really sinister game and linking it all to suicide. Because obviously the investigators would see water on the floor
and think slip
into the bath.
Yep.
But death taking the water back, I was like, oh, that's a darker edge for me, and I like that.
I get what you're saying. I've got something similar, which is I love the deaths that are set up to be accidents or suicides. It ties into that, but there's also later ones as well. So I'm actually not a fan of we'll get into the hate video, of certain elaborate, over the top, that's unexplainable. Like no fucking coroner, no police officer can explain that. But the ones that are deaths or suicides or accidents, I quite like. And a lot of them appear in the first film more than anything else. You talked about the shower one. There's the teacher's one, an exploding house. That kind of thing. Clumsy ass cow pulling the knives down on herself. Things like that. There's even one in a later film with the floor collapsing and a hook getting caught in a guy's head. The plane wheel that smashes through the roof. Stuff like that. Or the truck is it the Final Destination, the fourth one? That comes smashing through the coffee shop at the end. Stuff like that. I'm okay with that. They're better for me. So to be accidents or suicides.
Definitely. The progression of technology and how they find the links to the deaths. So obviously you start with like the old plug-in digital camera. You've got to upload all your photos. It goes to like phones and stuff like that. Cleverly in the last film they don't show too much technology. Because for a good reason.
For a good reason.
So I quite like the fact they made that because we watched the background. Oh, we didn't see any reference to phones or
Yeah, they did well to hide that stuff.
Because technology moved a lot since because the first one came out in 2000.
2000. Yeah,
I'm sure,
2000. Yeah.
The first one was 2000, and then obviously the last film, spoilers if anyone's seen it, links back to the first one. So you have to be really careful that you don't go, hang on, they want to have this kind of like iPhone in.
Yeah, they're pulling out an iPhone fucking 10 or something like that, you know. Absolutely. I mean, I've got it as well. One of my favourite moments in the franchise is the twist at the end of Final Destination 5, where it is revealed that Final Destination 5 is actually a prequel and took place before the first, and our main characters are getting on the same plane that started the entire franchise off.
Yeah.
And they even cut, it's really well done. Sounds stupid for a movie franchise that is Final Destination, but it's really well done. And even because you're like, well, when he gets on a plane, the main characters, and they see Alex freaking out from the first one, surely they would know something's wrong. The link, they do it so they get on the plane actually late, and only catch the end part of where they're being dragged off the plane because they had a fight.
Yeah. And that is explainable reason to be dragged off a plane.
And it's just and it's just like you wouldn't think anything more of it. Absolutely fantastically well done.
I had to put that one as well, so we've doubled up on that one.
Oh, the twist as well.
Yeah.
Of course, it is one of the best moments of the franchise, and it is, as you've said several times over. We watch that film, and you'll be like, "Oh, they did really good at making sure there was nothing that wasn't technologically or something that would be obvious. Like, well, that's not before the year 2000, guys. You know, really well done.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I love this, and it tickles me still. I love the fact that that they just unceremoniously killed off Devon Sawa's Alex off screen in number 2. So, if you don't know, Alex Devon Sawa is the star of the first Final Destination. There was some rumour that it was contractual dispute or money dispute, but apparently that was not the case. It just didn't work out for number 2. But they wanted to get rid of him, not use him in Final Destination 2. So there's a newspaper article clipping that says he got hit by a brick that fell from our house.
Oh, that's really
That's
funny.
brilliant.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. But it's just so like, he was your star and you killed him with a falling brick.
Yeah, because I can't see it being about money, because it's not like he's had a stellar career since then, so I can't see him being like off the roll.
It just tickles me so much. That's
funny.
how you get rid of your main lead. But also, it's great because, death can be so elaborate. I just love the idea that he was like, you know what, fuck you, guy. I have tried to kill you so much, and just lobbed a brick at him.
Yeah, just killed
and
him
it
with a
worked.
brick.
Home Alone, all those bricks that Marvin and Harry took to the face, death should have been thrown them. He killed them outright.
Straight away. No, I didn't have that one. The next one, it still makes me think of the first film every time I'm on the plane. So the table tray locking system. So it's got a testament to the film. Every time I go on a plane now and I do that tray table, I'm like, oh, Final Destination.
Yep.
It's a silly little one, but I suppose it shows the impact of a film that you'd always think of that moment of it breaking off.
Yeah. Next, this goes back to the first film. You pointed this out, and I'd never noticed it before, and I thought it was fucking brilliant. So the character of Carter, who is, I think, great in this as well.
Yeah.
When he's kind of like seen as being a bit of a bad guy, and he's scared, and he drives the car onto the train tracks, and he's like, I'm in control of my life, all that sort of stuff. He ends up obviously changing his mind, getting scared, and he can't get out. He's locked in it. He's going to get hit by the train. Devon Sawa's character Alex ends up pulling him out.
Yeah.
You noticed it, and I'd never noticed it. And all the time seeing it, that he had wet his pants.
Yeah.
He'd pissed his pants in fear.
It's like quite an accurate.
Such a great touch. Such a great touch.
Because you would.
It's such a great touch, and was like, I'd never noticed it before, and I was like, that's such a great touch. He was so scared he wet his pants.
Yeah. The set pieces and some of the opening sequences and how effective they look. So when they use,
What do you mean? The premonitions.
The big
The
ones.
premonition
the
sequences.
premonitions, at the beginning, and when they don't use CGI, how good they look, how effective they look. Yeah, I think so. You can tell when they've used like different proper stages and where they've just kind of done, oh, here's some CGI logs flying around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to hit the next one, which has got something similar. Now, my biggest problem with Final Destination movies are often the premonition sequences. I find them, particularly as they go on, be overtly stupid and very like the roller coaster one is disgusting CGI, disgusting.
Yeah.
However, the one that I would urge people to say, watch that is brilliantly done, and It's CGI. Final Destination 2.
Which is
The logs, the roads.
The roads one.
CGI.
Yeah.
The logs are CGI. Fuck, watch that again. You wouldn't. Do you remember when we watched it? I said to you, "Are they real?" I read up. No, just incredible CGI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's some that we've looked at and gone.
Well, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But no, all of that sequence,
okay.
most of that sequence, there are some explosions and car stuff that obviously is real.
Yeah.
But the logs and stuff like that, the CGI is excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, that's something I love. Yeah.
Yeah. It was originally a script for the X-Files.
Yeah, I read this.
I'm glad it got a bigger platform.
Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, because I don't think you could do it justice in one episode. So I quite like the idea you get to give it a bigger platform. So I thought that was quite cool.
Yep. One of the things I love the fact that the films, no matter what, never ever shied away from one thing, which is there is no escape.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can love your lead characters. You can like them a lot. Everyone dies.
Yep.
In the words of Peter Steele.
Yep.
Everyone dies. There is no escape.
Yep.
And I love that.
I like that. That's a good point. When they killed off the young kid.
Of course.
Not many films do. I know he was older than they originally planned.
So yeah, this story, Final Destination 2 obviously kills off a kid with the plate glass window. That's what I praised, getting dropped on him. The creators wanted it to be like 11-year-old or 12-year-old, something like that, which I just laughed. The studio was like, no, bruv. He's like 15. But they still killed him off and he smushes.
Yeah.
He gets smushed in front of his mother. Yeah.
I like that part.
Mine? Nope.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
sorry.
have that one.
Ah.
I actually, the worst one, all right, no, the second worst one is Final Destination 3. The Final Destination is the worst one. But Final Destination 3 has the worst premonition for me, which is the roller coaster part.
Oh,
but it has some of the better deaths in it. But the premonition sequence is not what I enjoy. What I enjoy is the ending. The train segment.
Yeah.
So Final Destination 3 ends with the surviving characters reuniting on a train, which obviously causes, and this train goes out of control. The conductor is Tony Todd, better than mine, and the train obviously crashes and so on. But I think this is really violently done. It moving so fast that it's squashed up against the window, and one gets sucked out and splattered against the wall. And even the lead character, she survives the crash, and she's hurt on the tracks and all that, and then you hear the sound of another train coming.
And you just know,
and then it cuts. Yeah. I like that. I like that.
That was a good way of doing it. Yeah. Like the fact, as mentioned before, they have their own niche in horror history, really.
They really have, yeah. They're gonna always be there.
Because there's films that have had premonitions and things, but no solid, can't escape death. Death's got design, and for 5 solid films, this is what it is. It's neither kind of, you don't see death as a slashing kind of slasher film. It's just death has his way of doing things. So,
I'll tie that into my next one, and with that as well, these movies, mostly keeping them fun, mostly remembering, you know what, particularly after the first one, which is the most serious. Number 2 is pretty serious as well, but after that, kind of going, we need to make these a little bit more cartoony almost, a little bit sillier, and I think that plays to its strengths overall.
good cinema film.
Good
popcorn flick. You know?
Good popcorn horror, absolutely.
Yeah.
One more.
Tony Todd. My last one is Tony Todd added some style to proceedings.
My last one is Tony Todd. Tony Todd obviously is a legend in horror circles, a wonderful, wonderful human being. Go check out an interview that's on the site. Very old interview as part of a sort of round table with other people as well, where we have with Tony Todd. But yeah, really, really interesting man. Great history in horror. From obviously things like Candyman and stuff like that. But has done many, many other things. His role in Final Destination is very, very minor most of the time. In one film, he's not even in it at all. But he's like the voice of the roller coaster in number 3, and he makes an on-screen appearance again in number 5.
Yeah.
But he adds gravitas. But also ultimately as well, you kind of like, is he the physical embodiment of death?
Yeah.
Is this actually what we're dealing with here?
Yeah, he's just a creepy guy that hangs around.
He knows too much.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be the physical embodiment of death.
But they don't use him too much either.
Which is good as
Yeah.
well.
And you don't even want to fuck with that, Mac Daddy.
10 things we love about Final Destination, the series. Let us know what you think in the comments and check back for 10 things we hate. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?